Honey, I Blew Up the Kid is so much better than Honey, I Shrunk the Kid. So that's not to say Shrunk is not very good, but this one is just miles better. This is, of course, the Disney film released in 1992. And this time, Wayne, played by Rick Moranis, is working on a machine to enlarge things. And as you can imagine by the title, his young son, Adam, played by Daniel Shalikar and Joshua Shalikar, somehow gets in front of this machine. I won't say exactly what happens, but he blows up and he becomes moderately bigger. And this happens every time he goes near an electrical device. And there are some scientific explanations for why this is, and I think it's explained clearly enough that it would make sense. But there are also some technical things in there that completely went over my head. But that didn't affect my understanding of the narrative. And every time he goes near this electric force field, he gets a little bit bigger. And I won't explain just how big he gets, but it's pretty big. And I have to say, it's wonderful. The way it's filmed is incredible. There's one scene in particular that I really loved, and it's when Adam is walking through a street, and obviously he's much larger than, well, I mean, you can tell from the poster art, he's much larger than the adults, and he's walking through this street, and obviously because the actual actor is just a young toddler, they're obviously using, green screens or, whatever, and the people are like walking away from him, and he steps, but he never steps in the path of a person, and it's just so expertly done. And I was really impressed with it. We do have great use of props, oversized props, tiny props, and it's just absolutely fantastic, and I really truly adored it. And I have to say, very well cast as well. And Adam is so adorable. I can't even, no, it doesn't matter how big he gets, he's always so adorable. And I think it's a really unpredictable film. It definitely didn't take the direction I was expecting, and I love it. I think it's brilliant. I did watch this as a child, as I did with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but I couldn't remember anything about it, aside from the fact that as a child. In fact, I remembered so little about it, I think I referred to this as Honey, I Blew Up the Kids, plural, when I mentioned it briefly in the Shrunk discussion, and for that I apologise. I think it worked very well to just have one larger subject, and to have this subject being a much younger child, it just made it work so effectively. Really enjoyed it. Would love to see some behind the scenes footage. I think there is like a 6 or 7 minute making of short, which doesn't seem long enough for my preference, but I'll see what it's like. I'm really keen to see how they did some of the props and some of the the clever camera work, and as I said, that scene where he's walking through the street and never seems to step in the path of a person or on a person. I just thought was very clever. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. Great casting, great acting, very well shot. Definitely preferred it to Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. There is a third one, isn't there? I believe there's a third Honey, which I don't think I've ever seen. So I'm keen to see what that's like. But for now, very, very happy with Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, and absolutely recommend it.